हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपसिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।
I pray my pranamas to my Siksha Guru Sri Balagovind Prabhuji, his Guru Radhana Swami, and to the founder Acharya and the great visionary, the man, the enlightened soul, the man behind this ISKCON society and all these sessions and all our knowledge, His Grace Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Variki. I pray my pranamas. Okay. Now let all of us chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for the departed soul of Sri Jitesh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम
Rama Rama,
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे राम
Hare,
राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण 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 हरे
Now I mute everybody.
राम हरे राम राम
Yeah, so we'll start. So this is where we stopped last time. We have concluded that see, in first class we discussed who we are, and we all understood that we are not human beings. We are not this material body, but we are spirit souls. We also understood that we are all created by Krishna with his mercy, and then because we had a free will which we misused, and so we all wanted to be independent. So Krishna has sent us to this material world. And after coming here, we have now we have learned actually what is karma, why we are suffering. That after coming to the material world, what we have done is we have done lot of good and bad, because of which we are today suffering or enjoying, which is nothing but karma. Then we also have theoretically, we all practically in reality, because of our culture or because of parents, we know that God exists, but we really learn how a theoretical way and a practical way, how to when somebody asks us, does God exist, so we learn how to say yes, God exists. So this is the proof I have. That's how we learn. And also, we also learn who is God. That is, we learn that Krishna is God. And we got all the proofs from scriptures. And why scriptures? That also we learned. We learned that scriptures are correct because till now scriptures have never spoken, or whatever is written in the scriptures never went wrong. So we can 100% believe scriptures. That's how we all concluded that God exists and Krishna is the God, and all our sufferings are because of our sufferings, and enjoyments are due to our karma. This is what. And then we learned about yoga system. We learned that there are 4 different yogas, and the topmost yoga is Bhakti Yoga, which is very simple. Just by doing simple bhakti to Krishna, we can reach him. The best way and the most simple way to do bhakti and to reach him is nothing but Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just that. Just keep saying, keep memorizing that, keep that in your mind, always keep remembering that. You will reach the abode. As simple as that. We need not do any big yajnalu, yagalu, or nothing like that we need to do. Just keep remembering Krishna. Always keep Krishna in your mind. Just keep in there. So that is what. So to do that, what is stopping us? We all now learned, we'll do it. But is it that simple? The solution I told you is very simple. Just remember Krishna. Okay, I'll remember Krishna. Is it that simple? Can we remember Krishna so simple? That we keep remembering everything around us except Krishna. Why like that? What is stopping us from doing it is what we are going to learn today. What is stopping us from doing it? What is stopping us is Trigunas. Three gunas. All of you know what are gunas. It's a Telugu, Sanskrit, Kannada, and all languages. Gunas are gunas. Characters. Gunam means character. What is stopping you? The 3 characters we possess, different types of characters. Because of those characters, we are not able to remember Krishna. So, what are those characters? How to overcome those characters and remember Krishna will be today our lesson. Right. So, now all of you know about town planning. Town planning. When a new town is to be designed, what will they do? They will just make a paper plan like this. And then when they make a paper plan like this, what will they do? They will in the map, in the plan, they will put all the important things. Okay. What are they? They'll put roads. They will put houses, mean the place for roads. They'll draw, this is how the roads should be. These are where the houses should be. And shops, we require them. And then we put parks. Of course, without parks, where will be the greenery will be there? Where will we go and enjoy in the evenings? We should have hospitals, because whenever we fall sick, these are all essentials. We'll have offices. We require offices, only then we can earn money. And then we require playground, the most important thing. Without playground, we find very difficult. Then we have entertainment houses. Entertainment houses means like theaters, malls, and all those things. We have police station. Police station is important for the law to be maintained. And finally, one more thing I am missing. Can anybody tell me what is that I am missing here? What is that I am missing here? Can somebody tell me? Really? I'm really sorry I missed temples. I'm really sorry. Temples, yes. And one more thing. I'm really, really sorry I missed temples. Next, what is that? One more other than temples. Schools I have put, no? Okay. Did I not put schools then? What else? One more thing. One more thing. One more thing. Temples, Hare Krishna. Yes, temples I missed. Schools, if I have not put wrong, because when my mind is set on something, only that thing will go. A bad example I have taken, only that bad is coming into my hand, not banks, is offices, temples. Okay, I'll tell what it is. What I have missed is jail. Jail also we require. Why do we require jail? See, does it mean that having a jail means, am I saying that all the people in the town are going to do mistakes? No, I don't mean that. What I mean is, here, when there are a group of people, there is a chance that there are mistakes can be done and will be done. If when they are done, when they are done, what will happen is, if we just ignore them, what will happen in that time is, they will just get into the public, and then they will spoil everybody, they will disturb everybody. So things like that will happen. So when there is a group of people, or when there is a society, what we require is a jail. Okay. Hotels, no hotels, we have to eat in the house only. Okay. Right. Police station has jail, but that jail is different. This jail is different. Police station jail is temporary. Okay. Now, so jails are important. When we do a town planning, all these things are important. Right. I agree. So jail is also important. So when we do a small town planning like this itself, all these things are required. So when God has created a beautiful creation, and created so many crores and crores of species, and crores of mm, crores and crores of living beings. Don't you think that there will be mistakes? So, when God has created this beautiful creation, what has He done? He also has to create a jail. So, has God created a jail? Does any one of you, if God has created a jail? Yes. Actually, God's creation is not where we are living. God's creation is His Goloka. God is in Goloka, and He wanted all of us to be in Goloka along with Him. But because of our free will, because of our ego, because of our wrong thinking, what we all thought is, why God should be great? Why am I not great? I have already told you that uh, God is Vibhudu and we are Anubhu. That means the qualities of God are as huge as ocean, and the same qualities we have as small as a drop. But the qualities in the drop and in the ocean are one and the same. So when we have the same qualities, we also think, I also have all those qualities. Why I should not become great? Why I should not be worshipped? Why I should not be the highest? And things like that, we will start thinking. So when we start thinking, God is such a merciful person, what He does is, He says, okay, you want to go and be independent, free on your own, and that He has created this material world. So the world which we are living is a jail created by Krishna. So we are in a jail. So you may not agree, because you will not agree. But why, the other day we discussed, in one session we have discussed, are we independent? Are we free? Some of you said yes. But later we all discussed and said our freedom is limited. Our freedom is limited to only certain environment. That means we are living in a restricted world. Why I am saying this as a jail is, if we are open somewhere, say now we are in the, now I am in this house. If I am independent, I can just walk out of the house. But can we walk out of this material world just like that? We cannot walk out. Even if we die also, we won't go back to Goloka, because that is our house, and we have to go back to Goloka. Because we have to go back to Goloka, we cannot go. That means there is something stopping us from going back to Goloka. That means we are tied up in this place. That means this is a jail. Okay, that's how we should understand. Okay. And also, one more thing we have to understand is, in the prayer, what we have done, we said, Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu, Jagatpate. That means we are saying that Krishna is Karuna Sindhu. That means the mercy of Krishna is like an ocean, which means Krishna, when he has sent us to this material world, which we are referring as jail, he has not sent us alone. He also came along with us. He lives within us. Krishna lives. There is Paramatma in every living being. So he accompanies us. He is with us. But we are in this jail under his supervision here. All the desires, whatever we have, Krishna will be fulfilling with his blessings. But the fulfillment of these desires will be based on certain karmas we do. That's how it is done. Like Krishna, like if I have to tell you how Krishna accompanies us is, like normally children, what they say is, whenever the parents are behind, they say, no, we don't require you, no, we don't require you, we are independent, we will do it. So that way, one young boy like you, every year father used to take the boy to his grandfather's house. So every year that boy used to say, Nanagaru, why are you accompanying me? Let me go independently, let me go, things like that. So one year that boy made so much of fuss. So what his father did is, he said, okay, this time you go. And then he took kept the boy in the train. And then the boy was very happy. Then the father said, okay, he just kept something in his hand and said, don't open this unless you are afraid. Only if you are afraid, you open this. Otherwise, don't open this. That boy said, no, I'll never be afraid. And so the train started. After 1 hour, after the train left the place and went far away, slowly, the fear started in him. Mama, I am alone, nobody to accompany me. Who will help me? Who will help me? Like that. It's natural, no? We also think we don't require anybody else. But when we are left alone only, we'll understand that we require them. So then the boy got frightened when it became dark. Then he thought, okay, my father gave me something. Let me see what it is. Then slowly he opened that. He said, don't worry, my child. I'm in the next compartment coming along with you. I'm with you. Then the boy was happy. Like that, we also always think we are independent. We can do everything. We don't require anybody. But we don't know what kind of support our parents are giving. Similarly, what kind of support Krishna gives us also is something phenomenal. We just cannot imagine. It is that high, that great. Okay, that's how it happens. This world also, to tell you how this world is, like when there are small children in the house, the father, now everybody is working from home. The father keeps working from home on his laptop, and the child, if he's a small boy, he keeps and goes there and makes lot of fuss, saying, I want it, I want it. So the father, if he doesn't give, he makes lot of noise. So finally, what does the father do? He can't give a laptop. So he goes and buys a toy laptop and gives. So the small baby thinks that he has a laptop and keeps enjoying. That way, Krishna also gave us this material world. So that is how it is. This is, and actually Goloka is also known as Vaikunta. Kunta means this, our world, material world is a Kunta. That means Kunta means miseries, temporary. We all learned that Dukkalayam Asasvitam. That means we are in a Dukkalayam which is Asasvitam. Vaikuntham means Vaikuntha means no miseries. That means there are no miseries and it is permanent in Vaikuntha. So all of us have to plan to go back to Vaikuntha. And in Vaikuntha, if you just see the figure what I am showing here, what you understand is it is glowing. The earth needs sun for the light, but and moon, light, electricity, and all that. But in Vaikuntha, it doesn't require anything. It all the souls there are self-effulgent. That means all the souls will be glowing like that. So if suppose a light doesn't need another light to see it, that way all the souls keep glowing, and so the Vaikuntha is glowing like that. And to tell you this also, we think that the this creation, the universe, this solar system is one in the universe. But recently the scientists have found out that there are thousands and thousands of creations like this, thousands of worlds like this. This is also written in our scriptures, but nobody believed. Just now the scientists are finding out, saying, yeah, really, this is not the only one. There are many more like this. So every information, whatever the scientists are finding out, are there in our scriptures. So they can be followed 100%. That's how it goes. Okay. That's how it is. And so the Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, the Goloka, that world is 3/4, and such a big world, what we think is ours, is just 1/4. So that place is so huge. Okay, that is the next one. So now we are all arrested, we are all in the jail. So let us see how we are tied up in a jail. So some of us are tied up with a gold chain. Some of us are tied up in a silver chain. And some of us are tied up in a iron chain. And these chains also, you know how they will be? They will not be a single chain. The chains are, it is like we three chains. Manam jadalukuntam kada, we just put like this kada. So these chains are, there are three gold chains put like this and made into one chain like this. And this is how three chains are done. Either it can be gold, it can be silver, or it can be iron. And when all three of them have become one chain, another three are taken and one more is made. Another three are taken and one more is there. So now these three are made into one more chain. Like that, one more 9 is made into one. Like that, lot of chains are made. They are made into single chain, and that is the kind of chain we are tied up. That means here what we are tied up is, it is like this. So what we are made up is, these chains are nothing but our desires. One desire is over, one more desire will come. One desire is over, one more desire will come. Like that, we just cannot remove one desire from it, because it is linked with so many. After making such a thickly this thing, can you just remove one thread of it? You cannot make. So now I have a question. Would you like to be tied up with a gold chain, or a silver chain, or an iron chain? So what do you, if suppose you say, what is that you want? What will that be? What will be your answer? Sahiti, no chain. With nothing. Akshaya, Abba, all are very smart. Okay, no chain, no chain. What will that? I will teach now. Everybody knows the answers. Excellent. So we should not look for chains. We should be independent. We should be independent. If we have to be independent, how will be independent? Only if we go back to Goloka, we will be independent. We have to get out of this thing. We have to be get out of these chains. So there are two ways of looking at these chains. This is one we have learned in the first session, that there are 64 lakh species, not 64 lakh living beings, out of which 4 lakh varieties of human beings are there. So when there are 64 lakh varieties, these varieties are like or like, it is not coming. The first one is just getting stuck. Yeah, A class is human beings. B class is animals. Then next C class will be plants, and then the D class, the last class is what lives under the water. This is how it is bifurcated. This is when it comes to the total bifurcation comes under the the division of the living beings, and so there is one more bifurcation for human beings that we shall learn now. Okay, so here what we have to understand is we don't want A class jail, B class, G class jail. What we want is total freedom. So for total freedom, we have to plan to go to Goloka. So we are in a jail. Do any one of you know who is the jailer? Every jail should have a jailer. Who is the jailer? Just chat. Brunda, you can chat. God, Durga. Why Durga Mata is a jailer? Huh? Why? Krishna, God. Who said Durga? Krishna Priya, Vishnu Priya knows the answer. The Durga, who is the jailer, is the question here. The jailer is none other but my favorite god, Durga Mata. There she comes. She is the jailer, in taking care of the not allowing us to go out. She keeps controlling us with her Trisula. The Trisula has 3 cones. Those 3 cones are 3 characters of we human beings. So Dur means jail. And also we always call Durgam. Durgam means, what do we call a fort? We called the fort as Durgam. Ga means go. That means the god who doesn't allow us to go out is called Durga Mata. Durga. So Durga is our jailer. Which doesn't mean that when first time when I heard that Durga Mata is the jailer, I was really upset. Such a great God, how can we brand her as a jailer, not allowing us to go to Durga Krishna? It is not that. It is her responsibility. The other day we studied that Krishna is the God, and there are 33 crores the devatas, demigods under him. So each devata is given a responsibility. The responsibility of Durga Mata is to safeguard this child. Why? Why Durga Mata does this? See, like this is very important. If Durga Mata doesn't guard the jail, like tomorrow, if you have an exam and you have not studied, what is the resolution you pass that evening? Let this exam go today. From tomorrow after the exam, I am going to study so seriously. No backlogs. Perfect. Any day the exam is put, I'll be ready. Things like that. We take all kind of oaths. So once the exam is over, again back to pavilion. That means when there is a difficulty, we tend to be very good. But once the difficulty is over, again we go back to our old mentality. So unless there is a serious realization comes, we will not go back to the actual realization. That means to go back to Goloka, we really have to develop faith on Krishna and 100% pray for him and surrender ourselves to him. And the beauty of this jail is no one wants to get out of this jail. Suppose without learning this knowledge, suppose we say, do you want to take one more birth as human being? Normally we would say, yes, I will take one more birth as human being, and I will not do the mistakes I have done now. I will be very good in the next birth, like that. Now that we are learning this knowledge, we are thinking, no more births. We will go back to Krishna. Without this knowledge, so because of lack of knowledge, what we are doing is we don't want to go out of this jail. So only when we have real difficulties, then we will think of going back, and we will look for the ways to go back. if actually Durga Mata, the way if we are happily enjoying our life, she has no work. Only when we people like us start learning this language, not language, start learning this knowledge, then Durga will have her work. She will start putting all kind of temptations. Now it is 4 o'clock. You have to join the class. No, let me test you. Then she will call, your friend will call, and things like that will happen. So that is when Durga's, she will only make you ruggedized to not to divert yourself from God. So she is not a bad God. She is excellent, merciful God. Only thing is she will see that the realization comes to us. That's what it is. So, what are the trigunas? Let us study what are the trigunas. The first one is sattva gunam, mode of goodness. The people who are in sattva gunam, that is nothing but mode of goodness. Sattva gunam is Telugu, that is English. The second one is rajo gunam, mode of passion. All of you know what is passion. And the third one is tamo gunam, mode of ignorance. These are the three gunas what we have. See, this is what we should understand. 1 minute. I'm sorry. So this is how it is. Here, what happens is, so we are living beings here. So we are these gunas. We have all these gunas. This is what we are characters. But for the gunas, where is the input coming? That is what is important, no? So the raw input comes from our 5 sense organs. What are our sense organs? All of us know. Hearing, touch, that is ear, tongue, and all that. Yeah, all this ear, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose. So hearing, touch, vision, taste, and smell. This is how all the inputs come. So it all depends on how we process these inputs, what we take from the input. That is what is important. What we take is what we like. The just now we were discussing. No, tell me who your friends are. I'll tell you what you are. So like that, so tell me what is that we are seeing. That if you tell me what is that you are hearing, what is that you are touching, what is that you are seeing, I can tell you what you are. Like every day you are doing only good things or seeing only good things, you will automatically become a good thing. We grow in a good environment. We become good. Like hearing ether element, like from hearing what we hear bad, we hear good, and all that. So that is hearing. And touch, from these 5 sense organs, what we get is we get the input. Actually time is over, otherwise I would have explained this ether element. That's not important anyway. From the sense organs we get input to this. That means hearing, we hear lot of things. What we are taking, are we taking information related to God, or are we taking information related to gossip, or are we taking information related to bad things? Whatever we take, touch, we hear everything. What our mind processes is what is important. Similarly, touch also. We touch so many things. What is it we take? Eyes, taste, smell. What is that we take? So all goes into the mind, and from the mind it gets processed, and that is where we have to use our intelligence. We have to use our intelligence in the mind, and then that did. This one. Okay, right. So this is, there is one sloka. Can somebody read the sloka? Can somebody read the sloka? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Brunda, go ahead.
Indriyani paranyahu indriyabhyaha param manaha manasastu para buddhi yo buddhe paratastu saha.
So the meaning is, can somebody read the meaning?
Vanshika, give your try.
The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here we have to understand the working senses, the sense organs are superior to dull matter. That means uh, this is very clearly. Mind is higher than the senses. That means mind can process whatever the sense organs take. And intelligence is still higher. That means whatever the mind processes, the intelligence should decide what is that we have to observe and what is that we have to leave. And the soul is still higher than the intelligence. So as the soul is, we all know, no, the soul is the highest, and from there only and that is that is the, because for the soul only we are doing all this struggle. So now here it is processed, and so after it is processed, the intelligence is processed, and so we know what we are doing is correct or wrong. All of us know, but here comes the ego. The ego is what ahankara. This is what comes into picture, and because of that, change. We decide the what do you call that? The information whatever we have taken, we process it, but we know what is good, what is bad, and things like that. Because of the ego, we react in a particular way. So that reaction goes into one of the three modes. It either goes into sattvagunam or rajogunam or tamogunam. So sattvagunam people have these qualities, and rajogunam, that is, they have happiness, harmony, purity, and positive personality. And the rajogunam people have self-indulgence, passionate, and self-centered personality. We'll talk about all this. And the tamagunam people have imbalance, chaos, disorder, and negative personality. This is how it is. So there is a sloka on this also. Yeah. Yeah, can somebody read this?
एवं बुद्धिः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभयतं आत्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो करं रूपं दुरासादं. Hare Krishna.
So the meaning of that is,
Can I read? Thus, knowing oneself to be transcendental to material senses, mind, and intelligence, one should control the lower self by the higher self, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust.
so here what is saying is, thus knowing ourselves as transcendental and materials to material senses. So we should know that we are superior to these material senses, mind and intelligence. One should control the lower self. That means we should control our lower desires self by the higher self. That means we should know what is the ultimate, what is the highest thing, and thus by spiritual strength. That means by spiritual strength means by the knowledge of God, conquer the unstable enemy of lust. That's what it is. So that's how it should go. So this is how it is. We all think that we are doing everything in this world. We think we are doing. If we do something, we think we are doing. But nothing we are doing. What is doing is our ego, our characters is what is doing. That means you know this, no, the puppet show, like with some toys they keep playing. Like we only see the toys playing, moving his hands like this, like this, like this. But the toys cannot move. There'll be ropes tied to that, and above that there'll be some people who hold the ropes to their fingers like this, and they keep moving hand, leg, and the toys keep moving. That way, here, based on our mindset, we have become puppets of our characters. So what is important? To go closer to Krishna, what is important is we should change our gunams. First, we should know what is our character, and then change to the thing. Because otherwise, we have to be very clear that we are not doing anything. Nothing we are doing. It's only our inner thought, inner process, inner desires, inner lust. That is what is making us play. Like today, if we are sitting here, that means it is our inner desire that is making us sin. You must be having some brothers and sisters who are not sitting here, who would say, I am not coming, I am going, I have that work, I have this work. That is their inner lust that is making them go there. So that way, we should all never think that it is we, it is. So this is where we should control ourselves. Okay. So this is, we should first we'll, my screen is totally, yeah. So qualities of a person in sattva gunam, mode of goodness. What is that? So they are very nice, cute, little. They don't harm anybody. The moment we look at them, we get a pleasant feeling because they are very pleasant. So what are their characters? Let us try to see. Their goodness, mode of goodness, purity, that means they really don't have much bad thoughts in them. Harmony, yeah, peaceful, they are very calm, peaceful, holistic, positive attitude, serenity, and virtuous. And what they do is, how they is, what I'll tell you what these people do. Here, when we here the problem, the good or the bad about this we shall discuss. Out of the three modes of out of the three modes of out of the three modes, the sattva gunam people, how they are is, they don't harm anybody, they don't get into anybody's issues, they only take care of their issues. They understand who God is. I mean, they have some God knowledge, and so whatever they do it in the right way. But here, so what they do is, so they accumulate punyam because they are not doing anything bad. What they accumulate is they accumulate punyam. But here on we have understood one thing: just by accumulating punyam, we don't go anywhere. We again take birth here only. And why? Because we have a positive bank balance. Because of the positive bank balance, we are here. So that way we should bond it in the material world, or if that means here, or go to devalokam. That means what they do, what happens is, either if because they have lot of punyam, what they do is, if they desire to come back to this material world, they come back in their next birth. Or if they desire, if they want to become devatas, we already thought there are 33 crore devatas. Those devatas also are not permanent, they are also like us only. Those who accumulate lot of punyam, if they desire to become devatas, based on the punyam they have accumulated, they become devatas. And once that punyam is over, again they come back to the material world. That's how it is. So it is like this. When we are doing something, we should know what is the final goal. Here, unfortunately, there is nothing wrong in a sattvagunam person. But the problem is, like, suppose I have a car, I have money, I have a driving license, I have paid my road taxes, and I go on to the outer ring road, Hyderabad outer ring road. I get onto the ring road because I have everything. I keep on going round, 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 round. Somebody sees me, a policeman sees me. Then he asks me, "What are you doing?" I said, "What wrong am I doing? I am doing right only." The policeman cannot arrest me because the car is mine. I have a driving license. I am not doing any drunken drive, or I have paid taxes. I am going as per the rules, and everything is pakka. The policeman cannot stop me, but the policeman will ask me, "Where are you going?" Then I will start thinking, "Where am I going?" Where am I going? I should have some goal, no? Only if I have a goal, then there is a purpose in my driving. So that purpose, that goal is missing in these sattva gunam people. Like, to how these people will be very good. So we'll only think, hey, these people are so good, they are doing such a good things. Will they not go to Goloka? No, they will not go to, because by doing so much of punyam also, they are not desiring to go to Goloka. They are only doing punyam, they are only doing austerity because they have to do. No, we have to do puja. It is Friday, we have to pay Lakshmi Devi. It is Saturday, we have to pay Venkateswara Swami. Why? No, that's how we have to pray. We'll pray. That means they don't understand what they're doing, but they do only right. That is how it is. Like, I'll tell you one small it's a movie story also. That actually that scene has really catched me. But only later, after getting into Krishna consciousness, I realized what it is. Like, what movie is that? That is movie is Naluguru. In that, the hero is very good. He's very good. What he does is, every time he gets salary, 50% of it he directly spends it to needy people. Every month he spends. And in spite of that, after that also, when there is somebody comes with some requirement, he keeps spending. One day on his daughter's birthday, what happens is, all of them, the family goes to temple. And when they come out with the temple, this man will be having 2,000 rupees in his pocket. They wanted to go out to the hotel and enjoy. So when they came out, one lady comes there. And then the lady asks, she carries a small baby. So when the lady says, see, my daughter, this is my daughter, small girl, she got cancer, I have to get her treated, I have no money, can you give me some money? So this man will be so upset, so he'll simply take the 2,000 rupees and give. The family will fight, that's all different, we'll leave it. The next day, his friend will come running, saying, see what kind of fool you are. So then this man, the hero, will say, what have I done? Then he will say, see, yesterday you donated you all the money in your pocket to this lady. See what has come in the paper today. It seems this lady is cheating public by saying her daughter is suffering from cancer. So everybody in the family gets shocked. What will be our natural reaction? Arey, what kind of cheating? What kind of this? This is how we, all of us, naturally think like that only. What is this? How can somebody do that too in the name of her daughter? These are the feelings we get. All of us get this kind of feelings only, without any exemption. You know what that hero said? It was just a shock for me, the reaction of that hero. He said, wow, I'm so happy. Then I felt, what is that is making this man happy? He said, this baby, this girl doesn't have cancer. She is going to live for 100 years. See, that is, I just, can we think like this also? That is Sattva Guna. They think in such a good manner. They, whatever, nothing wrong comes into their mind. But in spite of that, if only we the best thing what this Sattva Gunam or anybody does is, they have to pray for going back to God, and whatever knowledge they get also, they should teach others and help others to go to God. That is what is lacking in Sattva Gunam. Otherwise, Sattva Gunam is perfect in all ways. In all ways. Next one is, yeah, there is a sloka now again. Can somebody read the sloka?
Hare Krishna Mataji. तत्र सत्त्वं निर्मलत्वात्प्रकाशमनमयम् सुखासङ्गेन बध्नाति ज्ञानसङ्गेन चानघा.
This is the qualities of a Sattva Guna people. Yeah.
Harshit, read the chat.
O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being crueler than the others, is illuminating, and it is
frees from all the sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge.
Yeah. So here what Krishna says is, oh sinless one, that is sinless one is Arjuna, the mode of goodness being purer than others, because the other two modes are not this good. This is the purest. He is illuminating. That means anything right will be illuminating and is free ones from all the sinful reactions. That means we don't get any sinful reactions from this. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. That means they think, oh, and they become conditioned. That means they think we are perfect, we are very knowledgeable, we are happy, everything is fine. That's how they think. That's what they think. That is, they become conditioned by sense of happiness and knowledge. So the next one is rajogunam. So qualities of a person in rajogunam, mode of passion. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I have given there the people in Sattva Gunam are A class. They'll be in A class jail. That means they are always happy, very comfortable. What is A class jail? A class jail is, in A class jail, you are given, like politicians and financial people, criminals are put there. They are very comfortable in the jail. They are given a newspaper, they are given a TV, they are given a separate toilet, they are given in you, and things like that. Minimum comforts are given. So that is called A class jail. So the people in Sattva they are A class jail. So the people in Rajoguna, they are B class. So they have passion. Passion means do something you have to do. Always activity, very busy. They really don't understand. They are not good, they are not bad. That means whatever is good for them, whatever is convenient for them, they do. Self-centered, they always think about themselves only. Egoistic, individualizing, they always, simple to tell in one word, they only think about themselves, their benefit. That means it can be a financial benefit, it can be a self-comfort, it can be a increase in their profession or whatever is. Their desires are unending. We have seen how those ropes are being tied, no, one after other, one after other, one after other. The best example for that is Rajogunam, result oriented. Whatever they do, what they say is, what for me? If I do this, what will I get? If I donate 100 rupees to somebody, what will I get? That's how it is. If I give this, what will I get? Anything you do, they are result oriented. That means and they, because they are not doing any bad, they are not doing, they are not doing any bad, and because the total life they only try to improve, earn more, do more, earn more fame, money, or something they try to do. Their children should grow big, there, so their total mindset is on human life. So, and because they are not doing anything wrong, what they do is, they definitely take birth as humans. That means in Sattva Gunam, they can either be born as humans or devatas, demigods. But here, they'll be born as humans. Like this is, they always think, okay, once I finish doing this, then I will be satisfied. And then once they finish doing that, they will get one more thing. Like it is like this. Suppose a foolish fellow takes a towel and then goes to the ocean and stands there thinking, okay, once this wave is gone, the next wave I'll take bath. And once this wave is gone, I'll take bath. But will the waves ever end? One wave after other, one wave after other. Waves keep on coming. Till evening, he will stand there and come back. That means the whole life he will keep struggling for earning and everything, and then his life is over. Like when he was studying, he'd say study his job, then earn more, then one house, then two houses, then one house for my elder son, one house for my daughter, then their education, then their marriage, then earn for them. Hey, the children can earn for them. No, these people only wants to earn. They earn and then they try to what do you call this, earn for their children. So, and they are worried what their children is doing and things like that. They are worried continuous like that only. So that's how it goes. So they are always agitated. Okay. Next, so they are in B class jail. B class jail means they are never comfortable. B class jail means okay, they have a room, they have minimum comforts and all that. Not very comfortable, but always restless. They have no peace of mind. Yeah, this is B class jail. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, attendance is posted. Can yeah, Sahiti has raised her hand. Mahati has acted. Attendance. Yeah, Mataji. Yeah, you can post. Okay. Sumna Mataji. So, oh, how do I give host? Anusha, can you raise somebody's hand? Can you unmute somebody? Anusha, you are there now? Hare Krishna. I don't know how to come out of this and do. Anusha, you can unmute now. Hare Krishna. Anusha, are you there? How do I come out, Mataji? Stop share. Okay. One more. No?
Yes, Mataji. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi Krishna sanga samudbhavam Tannibadnati kaunteya Karma sangena deyinam.
Yeah. And meaning somebody else?
The more
Mataji, Harshit Mataji.
Yeah, go ahead.
The mode of passion is born of unlimited desire and longing, O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive action.
The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. That means, as I told you, these people and you are bonded with the living entity. Always we think about this material fruitive actions. We want only the material benefits. Then we just don't think about God. They might think about God. Like if they do a big yajna agam also, what they think is, have we done it in a very great way? Did everybody appreciate? Did everybody says this? The puja, whatever I have done, is far better than what others have done. Have I done a great thing? This is how they do. They think. Okay, this is how they think. And also, the other thing what they think is. I mean, like only if I get some punya, or even the result also, whatever they do, they only look at that, but they don't really look at the auspiciousness out of the yajnam. When they go and sit and keep doing the yajnam also, who has come? Oh, that man has come. Make him sit. He is very important. So give him the big chair. This man is unimportant. What have you done for lunch? How far did the lunch programs go? Like that, their mind is always on the arrangements and never on the auspiciousness. That means they always look only for the material fruitive actions. They never look for the spiritual enlightenment. That's how it goes. So now we go to Rajoguna, qualities of a person in Tamoguna, mode of ignorance. So this is C class state. Okay, now this has got ignorance, imbalance, disorder, inertia, lethargy, disorder, violent, ignorant, And this is the worst life one can spend. But that means they are the most lazy people. That means it just leave them alone, they sleep for the whole day. And what they are not really bothered about what they eat, just keep eating whatever comes into their this thing, just keep eating. And they don't bother whether doing this or right or wrong. Is it right to behave like this? Do as a human being, do I don't have anything to do? No. They have no ambition in life, they don't keep their things in an orderly manner. And when they become, they behave in a very violent manner. They don't understand what is good, what is bad. They don't mind doing things bad for their benefit. That means all the negative qualities, like it's not that they are not intelligence they might have, but they have no systematic organization. They behave in a dirty manner, everything. And so naturally they will become animals. Why? Because this life we always want to sleep. Because we always want to sleep means our mind is always on sleeping. So what will I become next life? I'll become a polar bear and then sleep forever. So like that, these are all animal qualities, certain animal qualities. We always try to stay and go lie down in dirt, not keeping the place clean. What will happen next life? We'll be born as a pig. And next life, always we just try to expose ourselves. What happens? We become trees on the road because they always stand on the road like this, exposing. So like that, this is all tamogunam. They have no ambition in life. Rajogunam is full of ambition. This tamogunam has no ambition. It is a life which none of us should live, and they have no discipline. We will just have some comparison also later. Okay, so this is a C class jail. That means in C class jail, what is done in a big room, lot of people will be dumped. They won't have place also to sit, stand, or anything. Just a place like this. They won't have toilets also. Nothing, no comfort. So that kind of a life, whatever it is, okay, today we got our food, we ate, okay, let us sleep. Whatever junk we got, some junk we got to eat, so where we'll eat. That is C class jail. That's how it goes. So the next one is Tamoguna.
Shridika, go for it.
Mataji, I did not raise the hand, Mataji.
Your hand.
I did not cover it, Mataji.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell for the meaning.
Okay. Chaturya. Yeah, anyone go ahead.
Okay, Mataji.
Who is reading? Hare Krishna Mataji, who is reading? Mataji?
Chaturya, you're not reading?
No, Mataji.
Okay. Akshaya, I think you're unmuted. You can go ahead.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
तमस्व अज्ञानविधि मोहनं सर्वदेहनं परं दलस्य निद्रभ्ये निबध्नति भारत.
Yeah. So this is on Tamoguna. Yeah. Somebody else?
O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The result of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which blind the conditioned soul.
Yeah. So what Krishna says is, "O son of Bharata, known that the mode of darkness, this is known that the mode of darkness, this is like a mode of darkness. born of ignorance. That means they don't know what is good, what is bad. It is total ignorance. Is the delusion of all embodied living beings. So the result of this mode is madness. That means what is madness means it is not the physical madness. It means that such a beautiful life we got, which we are wasting. Okay. Indulgence and sleep, which blind the conditioned soul. So we are all conditioned. Condition means we are all tied up in this jail. So this will the soul, it is blinding the soul. That means it is not blinding means we can't see what is good, what is bad. So it is binding it. That way we are wasting our human life. So we'll just hear to Prabhuji what he says on Trigunas.
Hare Krishna. If the material world is full of misery, why did Krishna create it? Answer, Krishna created the material world as an opportunity for us to turn towards him and to be united with him for an eternal life of love and happiness. So the material world is a place of experimentation and reformation. For the souls who want to enjoy separate from Krishna, the material world offers various opportunities by which the soul can experiment. And when the soul realizes that, oh, this world is not a place of misery, not a place of enjoyment, whatever promises enjoyment actually leads to misery, then the soul turns away from those things, turns towards Krishna, and eventually, that's what the soul wants to do. Krishna is there, Krishna's devotees are there, Krishna's wisdom is there in the Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. And in that way, the soul is facilitated in the material world also to come closer to Krishna. So there's experimentation and there is rectification. So two broad metaphors can be used to understand the purpose of the world. At one level, we could say this world is like a jail, wherein those souls who are law-breaking, those souls, it says a government does not desire to create the jail. The government doesn't desire to punish people. But those people are lawbreakers. The government places those people there so that they can be they don't so that they can be essentially reformed. So that is the purpose of the jail is primarily as a correction center. So those are laws. So like that we can understand this world is not, it's not that God wants to punish us, but we have ignorant mentality to enjoy separate from God. And Krishna wants us to correct that. And often we want to exploit others and dominate others. And we have these lower desires. The world is a place where we can get over these lower desires and come closer to Krishna. Now, secondly, another metaphor to sometimes the jail metaphor might seem very harsh. And so and this might seem like Krishna is like the person who keeps us in jail. But another metaphor which we can use for this is the hospital metaphor. That actually this world is like a hospital and Krishna is like the doctor. So in a hospital, misery is always there, but the doctor is not the cause of the misery. The doctor is the person who is going to help remove the misery. He's the cure for the misery. Similarly, Krishna has created this world for us souls who are diseased with a self-centered enjoying mentality to cure us of that selfishness. So the material world is a place where we all can make a journey from selfishness to selflessness. And Krishna helps us in this world as the supreme doctor through the events in this world, through the guidance through Guru Sadhu Shastra, through the guidance she offers as the Paramatma, the Chaitya Guru. Through it all, Krishna enables us to come closer to him, to move from self-centered desires to selfless love, and thus become free from this from the miseries of this world. And when we look at 8.14 in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna talks about 8.15, he talks about this world being miserable. The focus is not on the misery of the world. The focus is on the process, potency of bhakti to take us beyond this world. Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalema shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. So Krishna says that those who become devoted to him, they go beyond this world. They attain the eternal kingdom of Krishna. And they do this by the practice of bhakti. So just as the doctor's purpose is not to cause misery to the patient, nor is the doctor's purpose that the patient stay forever in the hospital. Doctor's purpose is to help the patient get cured and become discharged from the hospital. Similarly, Krishna's purpose is to enable us to go out of this world to the eternal abode, to his eternal abode, where we can be eternally happy. And to provide us the facility to rise from selfishness to selflessness, to provide us the facility to rise from the temporary miserable world to the eternal ecstatic spiritual world. This world acts as a bridge. This world acts as an arena where we can transform ourselves and thus by his grace become liberated. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So here he is taking the example of a hospital rather than a jail. So there in the example of a jail, we said Durga Mata. Here it's the Krishna who is reforming us. That's what we have to understand. So here what we important is we have discussed that we are into three modes of material nature: sattva, rajo, tamo gunam. So and we say neither of the three modes take us to the supreme abode. So I think can you unmute somebody?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mamupeत्य पुनर्जन्म खालयम शाश्वतम नाप्नुवन्ति महाबाह संसिद्धिं परमां गतः.
Yeah, somebody read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Vrinda.
After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection.
So here what Krishna says is, after attaining me, that means after attaining Krishna, the great souls who are yogis in devotion, the yesterday and the last week we have studied, which is the topmost yoga. The topmost yoga is nothing but devotion. That devotion is after getting into devotion and attaining Krishna, we will never return this to this temporary world. That means day one we have discussed how to get out of this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. So here we have a solution. So to get out of this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, we should come out of these three material natures, and then we should become a devotional, a yogi in devotion with and then attain the highest perfection. We should get out of this dukkhalayam, which is full of miseries, and then attain the highest perfection. This is what Krishna says. So now, this is where I am stopping. It's already 5:15. This we will discuss tomorrow. So till now, what have we discussed? We have discussed what are the three types of characters we have. So tomorrow we shall analyze what is our character. So you also tonight you just think what is your character. Normally what we think is we are all sattva gunam. That is where we will end. But just analyze for yourself. Am I doing all things perfectly, properly? Just analyze for yourself and then just keep it for yourself. Then tomorrow we will just list down the characters of all these three gunas and see to which character we belong. That means we can be, and why this picture I have given. Just see this picture also, you will get some idea why I have given this picture when I am asking to which character or which guna is our nature. So why did I give this? So tomorrow we'll discuss to which guna we belong and what are the different, we have discussed the characteristics of each guna, but still we'll go into further details. We'll just analyze ourselves why it is like that, and then we will so now we know that there are three gunas. So we should be out of all these three gunas. Then what is that we have to go into? What is that we have to do? Because when we just think about all these gunas, we see a lot of characters of ourselves. Then we get frightened. In fact, when I attended this first time in this class, I was totally terrified. My God, where am I? What is going to happen to me? I have so many qualities like this, because we have from every guna, all of us will have some qualities or other. So how to come out of this? How to, from tamas, how do we go to rajas? From rajas, how do we go to sattvam? Or without doing all this, just the topmost guna is Suddha Sattvam. How do we go to Suddha Sattvam? And things like that we shall discuss tomorrow. So this is where we will end. So once we understand what is our character, so only to correct ourselves, what is important is we should know what we are. We should know where we are. Only then we can correct ourselves. So we'll all study this tomorrow. Hare Krishna. And how to come out of this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. How do I come out? Oh, stop. Yeah, that is for today. Hare Krishna. So, yeah, any doubts anybody has got? Any doubts anybody has got? Jitesh Nandan today after morning was asking me a question. Will my grandfather, if my grandfather is a soul and he is going to get a next life, new life, will he remember me in my next life? If he does not, I said, no, he won't remember you. Then his question was,
Yes, Mataji.
yeah, no, I'm just telling what the question you have put to me today. A very intelligent question today morning. You asked me, no, if my grandfather is a soul, will he, and if he takes a new birth, he will definitely take a new birth. And then after taking the new birth, will he remember me? I told you he won't remember. Then you said, if he doesn't remember me, if everything is new in his life, next life, that means it's a new soul. How can it be a old soul? Old means the old ones should be carried. It is as good as taking a new body, a new soul, everything new. How can we say it's it's a new soul? Soul has not done, even the soul has died here, and the new soul is born there. That was his question. I felt I was really, yeah. Then I could answer whatever little I could answer. The soul does not, suppose if the soul carries all the relations of this world, we will be totally, first thing is totally confused. The first thing, we will be confused. So I told Jitesh Nandan, suppose your grandfather is born somewhere and after 4 years he will become a 4-year-old boy. And by then he will become a 15-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy. And then a 4-year-old boy will come to you and call you as my grandson. And then you have to call that old boy, that young baby as a grandfather. Will you call him? Will you accept him? He said, no, Mataji, I want my grandfather. That is in the same thing. And your grandfather also will be in total confusion. He will be totally tied up with the new relations, with the old relations. It will be a total chaos. And also, it is not one life what we have undergone. We must have undergone about lakhs and lakhs of lives till now. All the memories. Then what is that we carry? Is the question. What is that we carry is whatever good, bad we do, our karma is what we carry. That is one thing we carry. And the other thing what we carry is the jnanam, the feelings, the senses. Like you are learning lot of spiritual knowledge now. The knowledge may not come, but because of the spiritual knowledge, whatever you are learning, in the next life you will get a very good life. That means a good life in the sense, either you will be born in a rich family. How will it help? Rich in the sense a comfortable family which need not struggle for day to day. You will have lot of time for spirituality. Or in a spiritual family which will, where from the childhood itself you will start your devotional service. And also you'll have lot of comfort where you'll be able to learn. Like our material education, now we study anything again in the next life, you have to start from ABCD. But the spiritual education, It's not like that. You will be able to catch it fast, in the sense, like you see some musicians, some singers, 2-3-year-old babies, they sing beautifully. Where did the knowledge come from? That knowledge comes from the previous. That kind of things we carry. Like also certain love, certain we develop a lot of love only on certain things. Why do we do that? That is something we are carrying from the previous life, the experiences. Also what we carry is certain fears. Suppose I fall down from this apartment, this 20th floor, and then I die. While dying, I developed a fear. That fear of heights I will carry. Things like that we carry. So only the useful things, as long as we are in the stomach, we remember everything. Like one day before the exam, we want to do very study very well after the exam. When we are in the stomach also, we struggle a lot and say, after in this birth, when I am born, I'll be a very good child. But once we are born, you are back to normal. So that way. But whatever material, spiritual knowledge we are doing now will be carried by our soul to the next life. So it is very important we enlighten ourselves. If we really get into the real devotion and we are fortunate, we'll go back to Goloka. If we are not that, if we go up to 40% this life, next life we start from 40. We need not start from zero. If it is LKG, UKG, you have to start from LKG, UKG. But the spiritual knowledge or the spiritual tinge, you start from 40%, 80%, 100%. That's how what I told Jitesh today morning.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, నాకు ఒక డౌట్ ఉంది మాతాజీ.
ఎవరమ్మా?
అక్షయ మాతాజీ.
Hare Krishna
Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Let Akshaya finish, then we'll ask the other.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Now, I
Hare
love
Krishna
my
Mataji.
parents, no Mataji.
అమ్మా
Next in Mataji,
వినపడలా చెప్పు.
I have my parents, no Mataji. In
అవునమ్మా.
next life also, that parents only we will get Mataji.
లేదమ్మా, that parents.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
We won't get that parents. We'll get, it can happen, it may not happen, but mostly it won't happen. It will be different.
Mataji,
No, I'll tell you, wait. You need not worry that next life I am not going to get these parents. This year you got beautiful parents, no? But last year last life you had different parents. Then also you were happy, this time also you are happy. All parents are good. So we will not get mostly we will not get the same parents. Next, who else?
Mataji, one more doubt, Mataji.
Cheppamma.
Sattvagunam, if Sattvagunam is there, we will take another birth, you said, no Mataji.
Yes, Amma.
Then how we will go to Goloka, Mataji?
That I'll tell you tomorrow. That's what I told, no? All this.
Mataji, I have a doubt.
Is that, Amma?
మాతాజీ ఇప్పుడు సోల్స్ ఒక మనిషి చచ్చిపోయినప్పుడు వాటి మెమరీస్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయి?
The soul will carry, Amma. It will the soul will carry certain. I didn't get into that areas. What will go with the soul and all that I did not go. Along with the soul, the certain memories means only this. What you call this? Life lo it won't carry. And it will carry all these memories until it takes the next birth. But etla untai ante there is no physical body kabatti it's not there, but it will carry.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji,
ఎవరమ్మా? యాక్చువల్లీ నేను మీకు కొన్ని విషయాలు చెప్పలేదు, మీరు చిన్నపిల్లలు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారని. మైండ్ ఇలాంటివన్నీ చెప్పలేదు. చెప్పమ్మా.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I have a.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, what you are telling, Mataji? I forgot to.
No, let somebody. Your question is over. No? Let somebody else ask. I'll answer you later. Yeah, next.
Mataji, I have a doubt.
చెప్పు. బృందా చెప్పమ్మా. బృందా.
మాతాజీ, ఇప్పుడు మనము మన బాడీని వదిలిపెట్టిన తర్వాత ఆ మెమరీస్ ని క్యారీ చేసుకుంటారని చెప్పారు. మనం ఇంకో బర్త్ తీసుకున్న తర్వాత అవి గుర్తుండవు. ఎందుకు మాతాజీ?
చెప్పా కదమ్మా ఇందాక, ఉండంటే పిచ్చెక్కుద్ది మనకు ముందు ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. ఎక్కుద్దా? ఇప్పుడు నీకు ఇప్పటికి లక్షల జీవితాలు గడిపావు. ఆ 1,00,000 జీవితాల్లో ఉన్న నీ రిలేషన్స్ కంటిన్యూ అయిపోయింది అనుకో, నువ్వెవరు అసలు? విల్ బి టోటల్, ఇట్ విల్ బి క్యూస్. ఒకటి ఉండకూడదు అయ్యి.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
నీకు పోయిన జన్మలో ఉన్న పేరెంట్స్ కావాలా, ఈ జన్మలో ఉన్న పేరెంట్స్ కావాలా? అప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు 50 జన్మలు అయినాయి. 50 జన్మలో ఉన్న పేరెంట్స్ లో ఎవరితో కలుగుతావు? వాళ్ళు ఇంకెక్కడో పుట్టుంటారు. నువ్వు వాళ్ళు కావాలంటావు, వాళ్ళు నిన్ను కావాలంటారు. ఇట్ విల్ బి టోటల్ క్యూస్. ఏంటమ్మా?
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
చెప్పమ్మా.
I have one doubt మాతాజీ.
భూపతి చెప్తున్నా. చరణ్ సాయి చెప్పు.
అంటే మీరు ఫస్ట్ టౌన్ ప్లానింగ్ అని చెప్పారు కదా, అప్పుడు 10th లాస్ట్ కి జైలు ఉంటది అని చెప్పారు కదా, అది నిజంగానే ఉంటుందా?
అవునమ్మా, మన ఊళ్ళో జైలు ఉందిగా. ఏ ఊళ్ళో ఉంటావమ్మా నువ్వు? నువ్వు ఏ ఊళ్ళో ఉంటున్నా? మీ ఊరేది?
ఐ మీన్ జమికుంట. జమికుంటలో
జైలు ఉందో లేదో కనుక్కో. ఉంటుంది ప్రతి ఊళ్ళో. చిన్న ఊరు అనుకో పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ లో ఉంటుంది. కొంచెం పెద్ద ఊళ్ళో అయితే సపరేట్ జైల్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే. చిన్న ఊళ్ళలో అయితే పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ లోనే ఉంటది టెంపరీ జైలు. పెద్ద ఊళ్ళలో అయితే జైల్స్ ఉంటాయమ్మా.
మాతాజీ అప్పుడే ఏమో చెప్తాను కదా మాతాజీ.
ఏం చెప్పానమ్మా గుర్తులేదు.
ఐ ఫర్గాట్ టు టెల్ అని చెప్తాను కదా మాతాజీ. మీకు అర్థం కాదు అని.
ఓకే, అర్థం కాదు కదా. నేను ఆ ఏరియాలో కొన్ని, అంటే మీ పిల్లలు కాబట్టి చాలా బేసిక్ లెవెల్లో వెళ్తున్నాను. సోలు ఏం క్యారీ చేస్తుంది ఇవన్నీ ఉంటాయి. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టెల్లింగ్ యూ ఆల్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ అని చెప్తున్నాను అనమాట. అది నెక్స్ట్ శ్రీధర్ రాజపల్లి. శ్రీధర్ వాళ్ళ పాప వచ్చింది.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ. ఇంకా ఆపేద్దాం ఇవాళ.
Yes మాతాజీ.
No more doubts kada. Tomorrow we'll discuss what is the guna we have to develop to go back to Goloka, and what is that we have to do to go back to Goloka. ఇది ఎవరైనా చెప్పగలరా నాకు? రోజు చెప్పుకుంటున్నాం.
మాతాజీ we should be bhakta of Krishna మాతాజీ.
భక్తి టు కృష్ణ.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
we should follow the నవవిధ భక్త మాతాజీ.
నవవిధ కూడా అక్కర్లేదమ్మా, ఒక్క శ్రవణం చాలు. హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే చాలు. ఎనివే రేపు మాట్లాడుకుందాము. హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ. 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 హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
కృష్ణ అంట. కృష్ణ అంటే చాలు, కృష్ణుడు వచ్చి అక్కడ కూర్చుంటాడంట. మనం ఎన్నిసార్లు కృష్ణ అంటే మన అకౌంట్ లో అంత డెబిట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ పెరుగుతూ ఉంటుందంట. సరే, హరే కృష్ణ. రైట్, రైట్, బాయ్.
ధన్యవాదాలు మాతాజీ.
ధన్యవాదాలు మాతాజీ.
అటెండ్ అయినందుకు ధన్యవాదాలమ్మా.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ.
నేను అటెండ్ అయితేనే కదా నేను చెప్పగలిగేది. దానికి కూడా ధన్యవాదాలు. రైట్, రైట్ అమ్మా. హలో పిచ్చి.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ.